It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Houston Texans and the Cincinnati Bengals. And it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Now from the riverfront of the Ohio, sellout crowd has arrived at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati. The rain started earlier today. It hasn't let up much. It is going to be a wet one. Glad you're with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson. Nice and dry here in the booth, but Greg, you've been down on the field and played in one of these sloppy, wet, rainy games. What is it like?
Well, it depends what position you play. For the offensive defensive linemen, they love it. It's a little bit slower. The defense is a little bit slower to react to the ball. A lot more runs, less pass protection. So for them, they're thrilled. But for anybody who has to handle the ball on either side, offense or defense, this is a nightmare. You're stressing about what gloves, no gloves. Do I sometimes wear gloves? The quarterback, towel. There is a lot of conversations going on with the equipment guys in the locker room. Rain games for skill players are the worst.
This fielded at about the 9. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Cincinnati offense set to take over for the first time. And they're led by the #1 overall pick in 2021, national champion at LSU, it's Joe Burrow.
We're looking at one of the most gifted quarterbacks in the league. And really, Mike, it's not just post-snap with the arm talent and the ability to make every throw, but it's even what he's able to do before the ball is snapped. He's one of the smartest quarterbacks in the league. Remember, coming off an injury-shortened season just a year ago, he's looking to prove he's still an elite quarterback in the NFL.
They bring Chase in motion. Here's Burrow going to begin this one with a pass. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
2nd down, Burrow. He'll air it out down the middle. And that is incomplete.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
And that is incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
The Bengals out and ready to punt. Robert Woods back to return for the Texans. This is taken at the 25. The Houston offense heading out to the field for the first time. They're led by the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2023. From Ohio State, it's C.J. Stroud.
I always like studying quarterbacks in year 2. I think rookie year, there can either be a lot of growth, right? There's the biggest ability to take that jump, but there's also some struggles you have to work through. In year 2, a full offseason, really understanding the playbook. Things have kind of slowed down for you. I feel like year 2 is a really good indicator of what long-term success looks like for any young quarterback.
His first throw of the game is going to be intercepted. That's the safety, Geno Stone. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
This is an area of the offense, Mike, that's going to have to find its rhythm now as this game unfolds. They talked all week, come out early, get some completions, settle down this quarterback. Well, in return, he throws an early pick. It's too early to go away from the game plan. There's a lot of game left, but this passing game is going to have to get on track throughout the rest of this game.
First and 10. Gesicki, the man in motion. Burrow now to throw on first down. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Now a second down throw for Burrow. To the middle of the field, caught by Higgins.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
And he's got nowhere to go. The defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage there, and that is going to bring up fourth down.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals are out to an early 3-0 lead.
Anytime you find yourself kicking in these elements, Mike, you just can't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to your plant foot, your balance, your control, your footing. It's so important, and give credit, he does a great job here able to put that one through.
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. Now, here comes a return from the 9. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Texans offense ready to take over for their second possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with first and 10. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That's into the hands of Dell. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
They'll go play action with Stroud. That's caught downfield by Diggs. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Man in motion, it's Diggs. Stroud to throw here on first down. A short throw pulled in by Schultz. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. I can tell you firsthand, as an offensive guy, we never loved playing in the rain. I always felt like the defense had the advantage. They know it wasn't going to be much of a passing attack, hard to handle the ball, a lot of turnovers. So they've got to have a lot of early focus offensively and try to get something on track.
From the gun, here's Stroud. And that is incomplete. Nico Collins was the intended receiver there. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down? It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
He has to drive this through the rain, but he does. The kick is good. And the Texans will tie the game at 3 apiece.
And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
So the field goal ties things up, and we're back at it as this kicks away. This fielded at about the 9. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Bengals offense getting set to get back to work. They'll set out in search of a first touchdown in this game. Just a pair of field goals to show. It's 3-3 as they start 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Burrow. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league, and it results in a negative play.
And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
At some point, you would just like to see that internal clock start to speed up. The longer the play goes on, the more vulnerable you become as the quarterback. Get rid of the ball, but no matter what, you have to avoid the sack.
Here's the punter now. And he's on to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. Looking up through the raindrops. No issue there, though. Fair catch, called for, and taken successfully. The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with 1st down. Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
On play action. Stroud. Well covered on the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton.
I've been around certain quarterbacks, Mike, that love throwing the ball in the rain, and other quarterbacks who are very uncomfortable. It looks like this one kind of got out of his hand, a little wonky, and that ball gets away from you just enough. It's going to end up falling into the wrong hands and go the other way.
Heading out now, the Cincinnati offense. They're going to get set to take over once more. They'll have a short field ahead as they look to break our tie. It is 1st and 10. Gesicki, the man in motion. On 1st and 10, Burrow. He'll find Andre Yosibas. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
Gesicki, the man in motion. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Now Brown. He'll work forward for a couple. Jimmy Ward that time shuts it down. They need to get it to the 27. This is 3rd down. Burrow from out of the gun here on 3rd down. Taken in by Gesicki. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Bengals will take a 6-3 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
McPherson now, after making the field goal, is set to kick this one off. On the return, it's Dameon Pierce. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Texans offense ready to take over once again. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Stroud to throw. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Tank Dell was the one he was looking for, and that will lead to a 2nd down.
When we had a chance to sit down with the quarterback this week in practice, he preached the importance of that I have to do a better job protecting the ball. Well, so far here early, it doesn't seem like that's been the case. He's been a little reckless here in the opening quarter, and he's going to have to clean that up throughout the rest of this game.
Here's a 3rd and 10. To throw is Stroud. and they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
So, on fourth down, on comes Tommy Townsend to punt for Houston, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Bengals offense ready to see what they can do. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Gesicki, the man in motion. On first down, Burrow. That's to his big tight end, Gesicki. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Brown. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. That is caught, finding Higgins. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Burrow to throw. Quick throw, taken in. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. It's been a game of field goals so far. It's the Bengals on top. Greg and I back here in Cincinnati after this. Second down and 3. Play action now. It's Burrow. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
With the right personnel, the safety position is like the ultimate chess piece, right? You can put him in center field to play pass. You can bring him up and make him a pseudo linebacker, but you also can bring him on pressure, Mike, and that's what this guy does so well. The timing and the speed, he got there in a hurry.
They need the 24-yard line as they come up for 3rd down. Throwing is Burrow. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Bengals will extend their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
McPherson now, after making the field goal, is set to kick this one off. From the 6, here comes a return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Texans offense headed back to take over once more. The deficit, 6 points. A touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. Stroud. He'll get this over the middle to Diggs.
Well, so often we see quarterbacks standing in the pocket, holding it, seeing if they can create something downfield. Well, not that play. That play was simple. Snap the ball to the quarterback, spit it out into the hands of your receiver, and let's see what he can do.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Stroud going to set up to throw. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
And he is going to have a Texans 1st down. Maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
All game long, Mike, this guy is asked to make key block after key block for the ball carrier. But this time, the coach is calling him to do the running for a change, and on 3rd and short, no surprise, he gets the job done.
That is quickly out to Diggs. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. To throw, it's Stroud. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Back to throw, Stroud. And he gets that one complete to Collins. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
This is a really popular concept on 3rd down. It's good versus man, it's good versus zone. They call it mesh routes or drag routes. They want to create some traffic in the middle of the field and pop the receiver out the backside of the defense. To give credit to the defense, they were ready for it. They rallied to the ball and keeps them short from picking up the 1st down.
The Bengals offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. Now, Burrow. That's complete to all the tight end. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Second down, Burrow. That's into the hands of Yosivas. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
A first down throw for Burrow. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
Now a second down throw for Burrow. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. Gesicki, the man in motion. On third down, they'll set up to throw. He manages to get the throw away and completes it.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level, and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand. You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
On the ground, it's Brown. He's able to get away from one man, but those reinforcements, they got there quick. Take him down behind the line.
That was just a race to the edge, and in this case, Mike, he just wasn't the winner. I mean, at this point, when the defense is out there waiting for you, it's tough for any runner in this league to even get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Gesicki, the man in motion. And that is incomplete.
We're starting to see a lot of this on third down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these third down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball, and in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up fourth down.
On comes the punter now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Texans offense ready to get back at it. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's second down.
Really nice play there by the defender, Mike. He realized there was probably no opportunity to come away with the interception. Next best thing, get your hand on it, break up the pass, put an end to that play pretty quick.
Throwing on second down. Stroud. To the left side, into the hands of Collins.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
Third and a yard. They'll try and run for this with Mixon. Heading outside, going to be close. It's going to depend on the spot. They're going to mark him short, and it is going to be fourth down.
The key to this play, Mike, was defensively their ability to stretch this ball and make him go laterally. Anytime you could force the ball carrier to go sideways on 3rd and short, it gives your defenders time to rally, make the tackle for no gain, brings up 4th down.
Here's Tommy Townsend now, as he's on to punt for Houston. The fair catch here, called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. The Bengals offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. Will try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Burrow. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire. So the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
And a good run there. Finds the lane, gets forward. Got 8 yards and sets up a much more manageable 3rd and 2.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him.
They bring Chase in motion. Burrow from out of the gun here on 3rd down. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense, like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do. So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
A carry here for Brown. He'll try to push forward. He'll wind up getting 3 yards with that one. Christian Harris there on the stop. Here's 3rd and 7. To throw is Burrow. This one complete to Higgins. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Burrow. Taken in by Gesicki. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Inside the 10, it is caught. And he will get into the end zone. Mike Gesicki. Touchdown, Cincinnati. It felt like they needed a touchdown. Greg, in the worst way, after getting those early field goals to find the end zone. Big boost for this offense.
And it felt like they really needed it. As you said, Mike, to come away with 3 previous drives ending in field goals and not being able to cross it over the goal line for 6, it starts to wear on you as an offense. You start having a little doubt saying, hey, can we finish any of these drives? Now they finally do. We can expect this to kind of start to roll throughout the rest of this game.
McPherson, good on the extra point. And the Bengals add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. The TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. The return starts at the 13. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The visitors' offense make their way out to take over once more. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Open man, that's Collins. The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here. And they'll get together prior to the second down play. From the gun, here's Stroud. They go right back to Collins. He's got it again. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down. Here's a timeout, Houston. That's their second. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They'll go play action with Stroud. Open man, downfield, it's Nico Collins. That's catch 3 just on this drive, and it gets his team a first down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down. Texans going to use the last of their timeouts here. Jamie Fairbairn coming on to try the field goal. This one from 41 yards out. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Texans are able to put up 3 and cut into the lead.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
Just 1 second remaining in this first half, and they will kick it away. This taken at the 5. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So, halftime here in Cincinnati, and the Bengals are on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Michael, thanks very much as we welcome you into our downtown Orlando studios and the EA Sports halftime report.
Coach, thank you. And the rain only intensifying as the teams are back out here for what figures to be a sloppy second half to come. The rain not letting up. It continues to be a factor here as we get back underway in the second half. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Set to go now on 1st and 10. To throw is Stroud. A throw left side finds Dell. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Now, Stroud. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Pretty unforgettable performance so far in the first half, Mike, and they're going to try to figure this out here in the second half and try to gain some momentum, figure out what's going to work, where are our matchups, and let's go try to put a drive together and get some points, because so far this has been a struggle, and they just cannot get anything going through the air.
That's into the hands of Dell on the right side. And he's going to get awfully close to the first down marker, but appears just to be a few inches short.
As a play caller, those are the plays that just drive you crazy, Mike. You think you're going to pick up the first down, you get tackled just shy of the sticks, and now a little bit of a gamble here on 4th down.
A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. Out comes Joe Burrow and the Bengals offense to take over once more. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Burrow here on 2nd down. That's to his big tight end, Gesicki. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
Now, fair catch will be taken out near the 35-yard line. C.J. Stroud and the Houston offense set to get going again. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. On play action, Stroud. And he gets that one complete to Collins. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
Stroud to throw here on 1st down. He'll tuck it and take off. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the 1st down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. They will work the middle with Mixon. And that'll be a pickup of 3. Second and 7. They'll go right back to Mixon. With good blocking leading the way, he's got the 1st down inside the 25.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
On the handoff, it's Mixon. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You got to have guys coming in support when that 1st hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Stroud. That's caught. It's Joe Mixon. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Texans are able to get it back within a score.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Fairbairn, after making the field goal, heads back out to kick this one away. Now, here comes a return from the 9. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The home team's offense back onto the field for their next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Burrow to throw. To the middle of the field, caught by Higgins. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They'll run here with Brown. And he'll get this to about the 36-yard line. It is Azeez Al-Shire with the stop. You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. They go play action for Burrow. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
And on that 3rd down, they thought an easy way to pick it up and get some positive yards would go to their quick game, but it didn't seem like the receiver and the quarterback were on the same page, and now brings up 4th down.
A fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to take over once more. Greg, sitting up here with you, this is not the same energy we saw from this team at the start of the game. How much has the defense kind of sapped it out of them?
Oh, I think it's a big factor in this game, and when you start taking the ball away at the rate that they have today, it takes a lot of the confidence out of the offense, and I think that's the body language that you're referring to. There is a lot of doubt creeping in to this offense, and it's almost becoming to the point where you don't want to be the guy with the ball because you're afraid you're going to give it up, and when it gets to that, and as an offense, you're in trouble.
He will let this go. Deep downfield for Dell. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. And in motion, it's Diggs. Again, they'll give it to Mixon. And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the 1st down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage in a lot of situations, it'll get you the 1st down, just not here.
Throwing is Stroud. He's got his man, complete to Dell. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback. Get into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Still first down.
So, a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. Now, Stroud. That's to the left side and taken in by Diggs. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
Points have certainly been hard to come by in this one today, Mike, but it seems like this drive has been what they've been searching for. A little bit of rhythm, the ability to sustain. Now they got to finish. Now they got to capitalize on these first downs and go finish with 6.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. He's got Dell for that one. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. A run here with Mixon. And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
1st and goal, Houston.
They'll run here with Mixon. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. In motion now, it's Collins. They look to run with Mixon. A 2nd effort, and he is in. Joe Mixon. Touchdown, Houston. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Fairbairn able to add the extra point, and the Texans will even the score here in the 3rd. So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. All even. 4th quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The home team's offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. This game all even now following that touchdown a moment ago, and they'll look to retake the lead on this drive that starts with 1st down. They'll begin here on the ground. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to third down.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Wow, an important one coming here. Tie game, late, and this is third down. He'll try to pick this one up on the ground. And it looks like he's going to have that first down. He will, not by a whole lot, but he's got it enough. They convert on third down.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
Now a second down throw for Burrow. Off he goes.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Here's 3rd and 2. Now Burrow on the bootleg. He'll try and get there on the ground.
3rd and short. You think this ball's expected to come out quick, but when all the receivers were taken away, he decides to make a break for it. He doesn't get a whole lot, but what he gets is just enough to move the chains.
2 first downs, and they're at the 46 now. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Burrow. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
When a defense has speed to the ball like this group does, it makes these wide receiver screens really challenging because all those fast linebackers and defensive backs that are chasing the ball carrier, the offensive line are the ones responsible for them, and sometimes that's just a speed mismatch, and they can't get out in front.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
That's a heck of a run right here, Mike. Tie game, 4th quarter. Everything's on the line. Can you win in the trenches? Can the threat of that run continue to balance off the pass? And that's a big gain there as they try to go take this lead.
Gesicki, the man in motion. Burrow now to throw on 1st down. That's into the hands of Yosivas. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Play action now. It's Burrow. Working across the field. This one's a Higgins. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Tie game, 4th quarter. What a sequence looming here as we get to 1st and goal. Here's a run. A short game, down to the 7. Here now, 2nd down and goal. Now this looks like a design run. And some space opening up as he works it down to the 2.
Down in the red zone, design quarterback runs are a handful for defenses to account for. But in this case, give them credit. Not a lot of room to maneuver here for the quarterback, and they keep it to a short game.
Big play coming up here. Tie game, 3rd and a couple. To the goal line and in. Mike Gesicki, touchdown Bengals. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the 4th quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now the pressure shifts to your defense. Your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
McPherson now for the PAT. He's got it. And the Bengals will go up by 7. So the lead is 7 now. Here in this 4th quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Texans offense and C.J. Stroud ready to get to work once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. And in motion, it's Diggs. They'll begin on the ground, and here's Mixon. Not much happening there, just a short game. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Stroud. They try to work the screen with Mixon. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. They'll look to set up the screen here. And he is very close to the 1st down, but eyeball, he is shy of it. And they say it's 4th and inches.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells you, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
The Bengals offense and Joe Burrow set to take over again. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position, instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. Now Brown. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Second down, Burrow. There's that man again, another catch. Give him 14 on that one. It's a Cincinnati first down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
You know, there's all this talk, Mike, about the value of the run game in today's NFL. You know when the run game matters? It matters right now. Fourth quarter, you've got the lead. Can you lean on your running back and offensive line to close this game out?
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches. Here's Brown. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. Third and a yard. On the ground, it's Brown. He's down right at the 40, but that is good enough to move the chains. First down. They'll stay on the ground. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9. A carry here for Brown. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. That's good enough for a first down. The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down to a knee. So it's a win here in the jungle for the Bengals. It was a game played in a driving rainstorm, but they would not let the field or the conditions deter them in any way. We're going to come away from here with a well-earned victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Bengals as we say so long from Cincinnati.